So here we are doing some more order of operations examples. So what you'll notice is that we are going to use the same process, right? Grouping symbols is where we'll start. And within these grouping symbols here, you'll notice that we have some options. So for the first time, we sort of have what they call nested parentheses, right? We have these grouping symbols, and then we have these other grouping symbols sort of outside of them. So you're going to go to the most specific pair of grouping symbols, right? Or the most specific ones that there are. So yes, we have these grouping symbols holding in the 36 divided by 4 plus, but what is inside of this 54 divided by 9 inside of these parentheses is where we'll start. So grouping symbols, grouping symbols. Let's go here first. So 54 divided by 9 is 6. So instead of calling this 54 divided by 9, we're now going to call it 6. We're going to drop down everything we haven't used. And you'll notice here I am bringing down the parentheses. So even though 54 divided by 9 has been simplified to 6, I'm going to just keep it inside of those parentheses. And it isn't a huge deal right here because we're going to be sort of adding this 36 divided by 4 result to it. But you'll see that it can just, as you progress, it can help you. It can just be an important thing to bring it down, even if it's just around one number. So 36 divided by 4 plus 6 is now in its own set of parentheses here. So we're going to go here because we have more grouping symbols. So we can simplify what's inside of there. So 36 divided by 4 will be 9. And then we're going to say, let's not call it 36 divided by 4 anymore, but let's call it 9 and drop down everything we haven't yet used. So we're going to bring those down. We'll drop down our 9 plus 5 plus our 9 plus 6 in parentheses minus 10. Okay, so grouping symbols, grouping symbols. We still have some here. So we have 9 plus 6 can be simplified. So let's go ahead and do it. Well, 9 plus 6 is 15. So now we've got that. We'll drop down everything we haven't used. Plus getting a little more space as we're condensing things here. Grouping symbols, grouping symbols. So we still have these grouping symbols around the 15. However, there's no more simplifying to do of that 15. So we can move on. Exponents, exponents. Well, we don't have any, so let's move on. Multiply, divide, left to right. So we don't have any multiplication nor division. So let's move on. Add, subtract, left to right. So we're going to just move in left to right order through our little expression here. So 9 plus 5 is 14 plus 15 minus 10. So now we can say 14 plus 15 is 29. We won't call it 14 plus 15 anymore. We'll call it 29 minus 10. And then finally, our grand finale is 29 minus 10, which gets us 19. So our simplified expression is 19. It's not necessarily the answer because it's not an equation, right? It's not balanced, but it's a simplified version of itself, of this expression, using the order of operations.